In this video, we will be exploring why we struggle to break bad habits and why sheer willpower isn't enough. I'll be showing you that the secret to lasting change isn't about more discipline, but about something much more simpler. Hey everyone, welcome back to Let's Grow, your go-to place for leveling up your mind and life. Today, we're delving into insights from Chapter 7 of James Clear's Atomic Habits. We'll explore why self-control might be overrated and how altering one simple thing can be a more effective strategy for breaking bad habits and starting good ones. Clear begins the chapter by challenging the traditional belief that bad habits stem from moral weakness or a lack of self-control. Studies from the Vietnam era reveal that people developed addictions due to their environments, not because they lacked willpower or strength. This tells us that our surroundings play a crucial role in shaping our behaviors. On the flip side, research also shows that individuals who appear to have tremendous self-control are not necessarily more disciplined. Instead, they strategically design their lives to avoid tempting situations. By minimizing exposures to triggers, they reduce the need to exercise willpower constantly. Once a habit is formed, it's encoded in our minds, ready to be activated whenever relevant cues arise. This means that environmental triggers can automatically prompt us to act in certain ways, often without conscious thought. Clear describes bad habits as autocatalytic. They tend to reinforce themselves. Feeling stressed might lead someone to overeat, which then leads to feelings of guilt or dissatisfaction, prompting even more overeating. It's a self-perpetuating cycle where the behavior feeds the very feelings that trigger it. Researchers call this phenomenon cue-induced wanting, where an external trigger creates a compulsive craving to repeat a bad habit. Remarkably, even subliminal cues, those we are not consciously aware of, can activate these desires, highlighting how powerful and automatic our responses to certain triggers can be. Given how ingrained habits become, simply relying on self-control is often not enough for long-term change. It's challenging to maintain constant vigilance in environments filled with temptations. Over time, the effort required can lead to fatigue and eventual relapse into old behaviors. A more effective strategy, as Clear suggests, is to eliminate bad habits at their source by reducing exposures to the cues that trigger them. This might involve practical steps like keeping distracting devices out of the workspace, unfollowing social media accounts that evoke negative emotions, removing unhealthy snacks from the home. By making the triggers invisible, the associated habits often diminish naturally. In earlier chapters, Clear introduces the first law of behavior change: make it obvious. To break a bad habit, we apply the inverse: make it invisible. By removing the visual and environmental cues that prompt unwanted behaviors, we reduce their occurrence without relying on willpower. While self-control can be effective in the short term, it's not a sustainable long-term solution. Continuously resisting temptation is mentally exhausting. Instead, optimizing our environment to support our goals is a more reliable approach. This means proactively designing our surroundings to minimize temptations and facilitate positive habits. Implementing these insights can be straightforward. If constant notifications disrupt focus, consider silencing your phone or placing it in another room. To encourage healthier eating, keep nutritious foods visible and accessible while storing treats out of sight. For better sleep, create a bedroom environment dedicated solely to rest, free from electronic distractions. These adjustments help align our environment with our intentions, making positive behaviors more effortless. So, to summarize Chapter 7, bad habits are often the results of environmental cues rather than personal failings. People with high self-control strategically avoid tempting situations. Reducing exposure to triggers is more effective than relying on willpower. and making the cues of bad habits invisible can lead to their gradual disappearance. And that's a wrap on our deep dive into Chapter 7 of Atomic Habits. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel for more content on leveling up your mind and life. Thanks for watching, and until next time, keep growing.